In this verse, it is being said that Lord Krishna used to stand before King Ugrasena, who was sitting on the royal throne, and used to submit explanations before him, saying, "Oh my Lord, please let it be known to you." That means to say Krishna is being very submissive. And forgetting his role, forgetting his position as the supreme controller of everything. Rather, he is being controlled by Ugrasena and being submissive. So basically, Krishna is deriving rasa out of being, out of playing a submissive role, forgetting his position as the Supreme Lord.
Yes.
So Prabhupada also gives the example that how a judge, when he comes home with his grandson, he will play because that a judge experiences rasa with that child, forgetting his position as a judge who can control and decide on person's future or fate. So ultimately,
and when the judge is sitting there, everybody says, "My Lord, my Lord, my Lord."
Yeah, everybody is saying, "My Lord, my Lord, my Lord." So actually, if you have to experience rasa, if you have to experience the mellow, you have to give up the lauding tendency.
So first is surrender rasa.
Yeah.
Then other rasas.
Yeah. So now the Lord could easily play this. Suddenly he becomes the Supreme Lord. Suddenly he becomes the spiritual guide to Arjuna, where he takes the position of the master. And suddenly with the gopis or with the Gopala, he becomes very ordinary boy. So this shifting of positions, so easily the Lord transitions. Whereas in our case, the judge position with his grandson, because there is a relationship, there is a familial relationship, so the judge is able to transit.
Correct.
But in a living entity in the material world, for us
to
switch over, it is not at all. It's next to impossible.
Especially if it is from a very comfortable position to an uncomfortable position, very difficult to switch over.
So we are not able to shift like that.
So this is one of the opulences of Krishna. Advaitam Achyutam Anal. That means, you see, all of them are absolute. When we sometimes switch over here, let us say there is a false ego, a persona of false ego in a particular situation, a different false ego, a different situation. And you know, according to standards of bhakti, I should switch over. I should not act as this person. I should act as a persona of disciple of Prabhupada, befitting the disciple of Prabhupada. You find it difficult to switch over. That is because we don't even see that as different persons. We try to as devotees. We're talking about devotees. Devotees should also be able to switch over personas of different situation very easily as required for the service of the Lord without being attached to the previous person. That can happen only if there is detachment. Detachment from role play. I am not the role player. I am the role player. I am not the role player. So that detachment, behind all this, there is a servant personality. The spirit person, we always mistake spirit person with the role play person. Actually, they're two different. Now I am talking to you. I have one persona. I am talking to somebody else. I got another person. My total self is not equal to my relationship with you. My total self is not relationship with you. So we have different unlimited personas. Each of them appears like me, but actually it is my role play. In my chittam, I have created that persona. Persona is different, person is different. Whereas in the case of Krishna, his person and personas are all absolute. Are all absolute. His role play and him are absolute. But in this material world, as you said, switching over persona, that role play is separate from my spirit person. I'm imagining it to be me, but it's not me. So that is why sometimes it's very difficult. As I said, let's say we have to fast. As you have a persona that I want to satisfy this instruction of Prabhupada, I want to fast. But then you have an old fixed persona which is all conditioned and sitting in us. Body persona, which wants, kind of hunger it wants. So you have a comfortable persona. You are situated in comfortable persona, eating 3 times. Now you want to give up this. It is that you have something because you want to follow Prabhupada. So there is some aspiration. Yes, I want to do it. That means that is a persona you created. You created a persona for fasting but then you see that how strong is this persona. You will see that the comfort persona is much stronger. You will not be able to succeed. You will fail. So, one of the best way of self-management is not to manage I'm telling you, much easier it becomes. Now when I'm saying, you are perceiving that there is a persona. Otherwise, you are simply trying to control your desire. Desires belong to personas. So best way of self-management is management of personas, different personas. Persona is like an alter ego. My real ego is there, but in the material world, the spirit soul is situated in the spiritual dimension. That's why even a microscope cannot catch it. Even now, we are all existing in spiritual dimension. But we are acting through personas that is called chittam. Our chittam is full of personas. A persona is an alter ego, a person who has got a desire, thinking, feeling, willing, everything. The head of all this set of thinking, feeling, willing is one persona. So you want to stop some desire, you go see what is a persona. It is better to easier to manage the persona. Or if you control your desire, but if you don't control your persona, you will fail. I want to stop thinking badly like this. I'm trying, Prabhu, so much, but my mind is not, still I am thinking this. Go to the root. Who is the persona who thinks like this? What is the persona means? There is an ego. Persona is at the ego level. There is an ego gratification. Stop ego gratification, everything else will change. So, sense control, mind control, all these things are very easy if you learn the art of self-management by seeing this. There are 2 kinds of egos we create. Real ego and false ego. Real ego is when your goal is to serve Prabhupada, Krishna. False ego is when we want to serve our self-centeredness.
Like the example of the judge is able to change his personality, and because there is a bodily relationship. Because the bodily relationship is there, he is able to immediately forget his Ego, whatever.
Variety is the spice of enjoyment.
So, when like for example, sometimes we say a very powerful man with his wife, his power will not work. He becomes very submissive to his wife. That's because there's a bodily relationship with the wife. But when he goes out to somebody else, he will show full power
Right.
because there's no bodily relationship. So, for us in this material world, with the bodily relationship that we have, that with that we can show our power or not show our power or transition or whatever it is. But if you remove the body, then we are not able to, our false ego only works there. It is not that our intelligence or spiritual intelligence doesn't work there. So how do we, is it only by spiritual intelligence that we can do this
The
transition?
example you gave, that is because of bodily. But bodily relationship is even body-centered relationship. But relationship is relationship. Relationship is that of the spirit person. Falsely, a haunted ego is relating. Body itself does not have a relationship. So, body is a catalyst. So, in spiritual relationship, without body, we develop relationship. The first relationship is without body to understand that I am a spirit person, now deprived of my original spiritual body. So, all my even bodily relationship are actually through the body, but it is a relationship of the spirit. So, therefore, I can develop body-less spiritual relationship. It's a fact what you are saying. It is a relationship that makes us be very agile in shifting from one persona to another persona. It is a relationship. It so happens that in the material world, it is because everybody is in bodily concept. Bodily concept means what? Gross material energy is a reality. So my reality about me is I am this body. They don't see this subtle energy of manas, buddhi, ahankara and spirit person. So once we come to understand thoroughly that I am the spirit person and actually there is no body here, that spirit person is projecting the body here. Body is there only in spiritual world. Because body means seeing, touching, smelling, tasting, all those things. It's all fake body. It's a fake imitation of the real spiritual body. Perverted reflection. So actually the body features, thinking, feeling, willing, not only mind, even seeing, touching, smelling, all these things are originating from the spirit in my heart. Otherwise, this is a humanoid. This yantra is simply a humanoid. So yes, we have to elevate our relationship from body-centeredness to spirit-centeredness, Krishna-centeredness. Then equally relationships are built up. Relationships become a reality. Relationship of your service becomes reality. The relationship of with your spiritual master, it becomes as real as body relationship. You don't need body relationship when you elevate yourself to the truth of spirit as more fundamental truth than matter. Even in japa, we see, and that's why I said, if you develop a relationship, you can keep your attention. If you don't develop a relationship, then you need power to hold your mind out there. You need power. But you develop a relationship, then you don't need power. With the relationship, the attention is locked.